Good morning and welcome to my class. I'm Ms. Vandana Gupta, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. So today we are going to continue with mutual funds. We have solved some problems on mutual funds in the last lecture, where we have calculated the number of units purchased and amount invested and what is the value of the investment if the NAV on that day is given. Such type of problems we have done in the last lectures. Today we will see how to find out the net gain, percentage gain, which is also called as rate of return in mutual funds. So all these things we have already done. We know what is NAV. We know what is entry load, exit load, how to find out purchase price of a unit. It is NAV plus entry load. How to find out number of units purchased. It is amount invested divided by purchase price of a unit. How to find out the selling price. It is NAV minus exit load. And how to find out number of units sold. And all these type of problems we have done. Okay. These problems we have already computed in the last lecture. Now, this is our today's topic. In mutual funds, there are two types of gain, same as in shares. It is very, very similar to shares. जैसे shares में हमें दो तरह से gain होता था, एक तो dividend के through, दूसरा when you sell your shares. Similarly, in mutual funds also, there are two types of gain. One is through dividend and the other one is by selling the units. Now, what is the meaning of capital gain? Capital gain is the amount received after you have redeemed your unit minus the amount invested. That is the capital gain. And what is the total gain? Total gain is this capital gain plus the dividend which you have received. See, it may happen sometimes that the units are redeemed before getting the dividend. So there is no dividend in that case. So total gain will be just the capital gain. Okay. So as the case may be, you can find out the total. So total gain is actually total dividend plus the capital gain. Capital gain meaning how much amount is received. From that you subtract what is the amount invested. Now total gain does not give the person a clear idea of how much profit or gain a person has got in mutual fund. But when you say percentage gain, it gives a fair idea. So what is percentage gain? It is also called as percentage profit or percentage return or rate of return. All these things are same. How it is calculated? It is the total gain divided by amount invested into. So that means this rate of return or percentage gain is always written as a percentage. And it is the percentage of what? Amount invested. Okay. So for example, if I say that a person has got 20% profit in mutual fund, what does that mean? If he has invested rupees 100, then the profit is rupees 20. Okay. So this gives a fair picture और fair idea for a person. अगर उसको 20% प्रॉफिट हुआ, इसका मतलब है उसने अगर 100 रुपए इन्वेस्ट किए तो उसको 20 रुपए का प्रॉफिट हुआ. So it is always good to know the percentage profit. So I hope you have understood this. Now this formula we are going to use for solving our problems. See, don't get confused with the formula. Many students they say कि मैडम बहुत सारे फॉर्मूले हैं, हम भूल जाते हैं, कैसे याद करें. See, you don't have to by heart the thing. You have to try to understand the thing. Gain मतलब आपको क्या मिल रहा है. तो आप ये ऐसे देखिए ना, आपने अगर कितने में खरीदा और कितने में बेचा, उसका डिफरेंस, दैट इज योर गेन. करेक्ट. तो अमाउंट रिसीव मतलब कितने रिसीव कब होता है आपको? जब आप बेचते हैं. तो अमाउंट रिसीव, कितना अमाउंट रिसीव हुआ, उसमें से कितना अमाउंट आपने लगाया था वो अगर आप सबट्रैक्ट कर दोगे तो आपको गेन मिल जाएगा, लेकिन अगर डिविडेंड भी मिला है तो दैट विल आल्सो कम द गेन। ओके, अगर नहीं मिला है कि डिविडेंड, तो ओनली कैपिटल गेन इज योर टोटल। Then percentage gain, as I told you, it is calculated on the amount invested. So it is total gain divided by amount invested. It is that simple. Now let us solve the problems. Okay. Look at the question number 1. Ms. Shah invested rupees 18,000 in a mutual fund when NAV was rupees 210.47 and redeemed all the units when the NAV was rupees 290.50. Find the number of units purchased, total gain, and rate of return. There was no loss. Look at in this question. As I mentioned before also, whenever a question is given to you, read that question. First, you read the whole question. Okay. Chances are that you may not understand. Then in that case, what you have to do, again read the question slowly in parts, and what you have understood, write down before starting with the solution. Okay, so before we actually begin solving the question, let us write down, make a plan कि हमें क्या दिया है, हमको क्या फाइंड आउट करना है, और उसको फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हमें क्या किसकी जरूरत है. ठीक है. So what is given to us? The amount invested is 18,000. Look at here. Miss Shah invested rupees 18,000. So this is the amount invested. So I have written here, amount invested is rupees 18,000. Now one thing is clear. Amount is invested. Invested मतलब कब करते हैं invest? जब हम खरीदते हैं. So that means the units are purchased. When NAV was rupees 210. This much amount was invested in mutual fund when NAV was 210.47. So that means NAV at the time of purchase is this much, 210.47. Okay, and redeemed all the units when the NAV was 290.5. What she did then? She redeemed the units when NAV became 290.50. So you can see here in this problem, there are two NAVs. This 210.47 is the NAV when she purchased the units. And this is the unit, this 290.50 is the NAV when she redeemed the units. Okay. So we will write here NAV at the time of redeeming is 290.5. Okay. So 210.47 जब उसने खरीदा था तब था NAV, और जब उसने redeem किया यानी बेचा तो इतना था. ठीक है. You have to find out how many units are purchased. So what we have to find out here, number of units purchased. Number of units purchased. ये आपको find out करना है. What else you have to find out? Question. Total gain. और क्या निकालना है? Total is also you have to calculate. And what else? Rate of return. तो ये तीन चीजें हमें इस प्रॉब्लम में फाइंड आउट करना है. What other information is given to you? There was no loads. यानी लोड नहीं है, एंट्री लोड भी नहीं है एंड एग्जिट लोड भी नहीं. So I've written here entry load is 0 and exit load is also 0. Okay. Now let us see. So this I have written what is given to me and what is asked to me. Okay. Now to find out number of units purchased, what we require, amount invested and purchase price of 1 unit. The amount invested is already given to you, 18,000. We have to find out the purchase price. Purchase price is what? NAV plus entry load, but entry load is 0 here. So purchase price is same as NAV. Okay, I'm writing everything here. Purchase price of a unit is equal to NAV plus entry load. Now, in this problem, what is the NAV at the time of purchase? 210.47. 210.47. And there is no entry load. Entry load is 0. So that means the purchase price is same as NAV. Correct? Now find out number of units purchased. Number of units purchased is equal to amount invested divided by purchase price of 1 unit. Amount invested divided by purchase price of a unit. How much amount was invested? It is given to you 18,000. Okay, so this is 18,000. And what is the purchase price? It is just now we have got it is same as anything 210.47. So how much you will get? 18,000 divided by 210.47. How much it is? This gives you 85.522. So it is 5228 है तो 522 or 523 we can write 523. Okay, so 18,000 divided by 210.47. When you do in calculator, actually you are getting this 85.5228. Okay, I told you in terms of mutual fund, we will always take after decimal 3 numbers. So I have to take up to here. So what will I do? Look at the fourth digit. If it is 8 here. So if it is 5 or more than 5, 5 या 5 से ज्यादा है, तो ये वाला digit को हम 1 बढ़ा देंगे. तो ये 2 से 3 हो जाएगा. तो 85.523. This is called as rounding off in mathematics. Okay. So we got number of units as 85.523. Okay. So we have number of units purchased. This we have calculated. Okay. Now what is remaining? To find out total gain. अब इस प्रॉब्लम में कहीं पर भी डिविडेंड का मेंशन नहीं है. That means total gain is only by redeeming the units. So you have to find out the redemption price of 1 unit, then total redemption price, and then subtract the amount invested from the total sale price or redemption price. See here, gain निकालना है ना. Gain is amount received minus amount invested. Correct? Amount invested already we know 18,000. So we have to only find out the amount received. Amount received निकालने के लिए सबसे पहले हमको selling price मालूम होना चाहिए एक यूनिट का. Correct? So what is the selling price of 1 unit? That is NAV minus exit load. So let us find out the here point to be noted that selling price and redemption price are same. So she redeemed the units when the NAV at the time of redemption was 290.50 and there is no exit load. Right? So selling price of or redemption price of 1 unit is equal to redemption price of 1 unit is equal to NAV minus exit load. Correct? Now, what is NAV at the time of redemption? 290.5 and exit load is 0. There is no loads. Right? So 290.50 minus exit load is 0. So it is 290.5. This is the redemption price of 1 unit. And how many units she sold? She sold all the units, correct? Redeem all the units. How many units? 85.5. So she sold all these units. Okay. This we can write here. exit load is 0. So 290.50. This is 290.50 minus exit load is 0. So it is 290.50. Right. Now find out the redemption price of 1 unit. Sorry, the total redemption price. How it has come here. This is 290.50 minus 0, which is same as 290.50. So this is the redemption price of 1 unit. Let us find out the total redemption price, or total amount received also you can call it. Total redemption price. Which is equal to redemption price of 1 unit multiplied by number of units redeemed. एक का redemption price क्या है? 290.50. See here, 290.50. And how many units? 85.523. So it is 290.50 multiplied by number of units are 85.5. 85.52. So multiply them. How much you will get? So 290.50 multiplied by 85.523. So you are getting 24,844.4. See, this is the total redemption price. So this much amount he has received after redeeming all the units. Okay. So what is his net gain? Net gain or net profit is equal to, here what word they are using in the formula? Total gain. Okay. So we use the same total gain. Therefore, total gain is equal to amount received. कितना amount उसको receive हुआ minus amount invested. So amount received is how much? Amount received is same as total redemption price. Redemption amount. Redemption price minus amount invested. So how much amount he has received after redeeming? 24,844.4. How much was the amount invested? It was 18,000. It is given. Calculate this. So that is the total gain. So 24,844.43 minus 18,000. So 6,844.4. So this is the total gain. Now you have to find out rate of return. What is rate of return? It is total gain divided by amount invested into 100. Total gain divided by amount invested into 100. So what is the total gain? 6,844.43. Amount invested is 18,000 into 100. Find out. So we are getting 38.0. 38.0. So this much percentage is the rate of return. Remember that rate of return is always written as a percentage. So 38.02% is the rate of return for Ms. Shah in this transaction. Okay. So I hope you have understood this problem. This problem was easy because there was no loads. The purchase price was same as NAV and redemption price was also same as the NAV. Okay. So first we have calculated number of units purchased. Then we have found out the redemption price of a unit, NAV minus exit load. The redemption price. Then we have found out total redemption price by multiplying redemption price of a unit by number of units. And then just you have to subtract the amount received, the total amount redemption price minus the amount lost. Let us go to the next one. Look at this question. Mr. Akash invested rupees 25,000 in Reliance Mutual Fund on 16th of March 2011 with entry load of 2.25%. यहाँ पर देखो इस problem में entry load है and NAV of rupees 60.8. Then he sold the units on 17th August at NAV of rupees 72.5. जब उसने खरीदा था तब NAV कितना था 60.8 और जब उसने सेल किया यूनिट्स को तो NAV 72.5. देखो NAV कितना बढ़ गया विदाउट एनी एग्जिट लोड, यानी यहाँ पर एग्जिट लोड नहीं है. ओके, इस प्रॉब्लम में लास्ट प्रॉब्लम में एंट्री लोड भी नहीं था, एग्जिट लोड भी नहीं था. इसमें एंट्री लोड है बट एग्जिट लोड इज नॉट देयर, मतलब इट इज जीरो. फाइंड द नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स परचेज, टोटल गेन एंड रेट ऑफ रिटर्न. सेम जो हमने पहले वाले प्रॉब्लम में निकाला, सेम चीज हमको यहाँ भी निकालना. व्हाट इज गिवन टू यू? लेट अस राइट अमाउंट इन्वेस्टेड, दैट इज 25,000. What is the NAV at the time of purchase? It is 60.8. What is the entry load? 2.25%. What is the NAV at the time of sale? It is 72.5. What is the exit load? It is 0. You have to find out सबसे पहले number of units purchased. So you must know what is the purchase price of a unit, correct? So let us calculate the purchase price of a unit. It is NAV plus entry load. What is NAV? NAV at the time of purchase is 60.8. And what is the entry load? Entry load is 2.25% of 60.8. So find out that NAV is 60.8 plus 2.25%. The 2.25 upon 100 into 60.8. Calculate. So 60.8 plus, calculate 2.25% of 60.8. So 2.25 into 60.8 divided by 100. That gives you 1.368. And if you add it to 60.8, you will get 62.168. So this is the purchase price of a unit. NAV plus entry load. NAV is 60.8 and entry load is 2.25%. So this we have done so many times, so there should not be any problem with this. Okay. So we got the purchase price of a unit as 62.168. Okay. Now let us find out the number of units purchased. How do you calculate the number of units purchased? Number of units purchased is equal to amount invested divided by purchase price of a unit. How much amount was invested? 25,000, and at purchase price is 62.168. 25,000 divided by 62.168. Correct now? 62.168. Find out. So number of units purchased is equal to 25,000 divided by 62.168. That gives you 402.136. As I told you, you have to take 2 decimals. 3 decimal places. So these many units are purchased, 402.136. Okay. So we have found out number of units purchased. What is the other thing? Total gain. So total gain निकालने के लिए हमें total sale price यानी amount received मालूम होना चाहिए. तो सबसे पहले we will find out the selling price of one unit. So selling price of one unit. You know that it is NAV minus exit load, correct? What is the NAV at the time of sale? It was 72.5. Look at here. He sold the units at NAV of 72.5. And exit load is not there, 0. Exit load is 0. So 72.5 minus 0. Any selling price is 72.5. So you know the selling price of one unit. And how many units are there? This one. So what is the total amount received? Therefore, amount received after selling. After selling the units is equal to selling price of one unit multiplied by number of units sold. Okay. What is the selling price of one unit? 72.5. 72.5. And what is the number of units sold? 402.136. 402.136. Correct? If it is the selling price of one unit, 72.5 and 402.136 is the number of units. Find out. So 72.5 multiplied by 402.136. So you are getting how much? 29,154.86. This much is the amount received, 29,154.86. So what else we have to find out? Total gain. Okay. So what is total gain? Therefore, total gain is equal to, you know that it is amount received minus amount invested. Amount received is 29,154.86. Look at here. And amount invested was 25,000. Find out how much you get. 29,154.86 minus 25,000. That gives you 4,154.86. So this one is the total. Okay. See here. How much amount was invested? 25,000. So amount invested is 25,000. What is the amount received after selling? 29,154.86. So when you subtract 25,000 from this, you will get 4,154.8. So this is the total. Okay. Now what else you have to find out? Rate of return. So rate of return. I'll do it in the next slide. Rate of return is equal to total gain, net gain, whatever you can say, divided by amount invested into 100. So what is the total gain? 4,154.86. 4,154.86. And amount invested by was 25,000. 4,154.86 divided by 25,000 multiplied by 100. That will give you 16.6. So that means rate of return is 16.62%. Okay. Therefore, rate of return, as I told you, rate of return is always written as a percentage. 16.62%. We have solved today two problems in First problem, there were no entry load and exit load. And in the second problem, which we just solved, there was entry load, but no exit load. Okay? We will solve more problems in the next class. And both the problems, there were no dividend. Next time we will solve the problem where we will calculate the dividend also. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. These problems we will do in the next class. Thank you.